Hey folks, it's Greg and Janet. A few days ago we were in Tonopah, Nevada shooting a lot of really interesting stuff down there, or up there. And we heard about a local legend, hero to Tonopah, named Bill Murphy. He was known as Big Bill Murphy, and he was a miner. And we made a little video of him. So let's have some fun and watch this. The city of Tonopah has one big hero here. His name is Bill Murphy. Big Bill Murphy. And Big Bill Murphy had, man, if he was still alive, he'd have quite a story to tell. All right, this head frame right up here was where Bill Murphy descended into the mine that was on fire the first time and couldn't get to the miners. Then he got in a vehicle, went around this mountain to the other side, to another head frame where he was successful and able to get down to the miners that were trapped during the fire in 1911. Big Bill Murphy was a cage operator. He would bring the men down into the mines and bring them back out. He'd bring their tools down into the mines and back out, the dynamite down there and back out. And on February 23rd, 1911, he showed up for his shift, I believe at 5:30 or 6:30 in the morning. When he went down into the mine, there was smoke. There was a fire down in the mine. The night shift that had already left, somebody had left a candle in a winze, which is a little tunnel that crosses over from one mine shaft to another. It's a way of basically getting in and out of different mine shafts quicker. There was a stockpile of wood in this winze, and the candle either turned over or something, started a fire in the winze. Well, the authorities were alarmed right away. They were told what's going on, that they had smoke billowing from a winze down in one of the mine shafts. Well, there was miners down there that were trapped, and they asked for volunteers to go down there and try to help the miners come out. Nobody would go down there. Big Bill Murphy came forward and said, "I'll do it. It's my job. I'll do it." He went down into the mine shaft, all the way down to the bottom of that mine, he made one trip down there off of the head frame that I showed you right over behind this telephone pole, and couldn't reach the miners because the fire was in the winds. He couldn't get through across to the other side of the mine, which was on the other side of the mountain here. So he came back up, got in a vehicle, went around to the other side of the mine, and went down the mine shaft there, and he found a bunch of unconscious miners and miners who were delirious. They had smoke inhalation. They didn't know where they were, which way was out. Bill Murphy led them to the cage, came back up and saved the miners. He went back down a second time, found more miners, pulled them up. When he got back up a second time, he told some of the men on top, he said, "I'm just about done." He went back down a third time to try to save more men. He never came back up. He was just 28 years old. Now, the bravery for a 28-year-old man to go down into a mine shaft like that was on fire, with smoke inhalation, not being able to see where you're at, literally having to crawl to get into the cage to keep from choking. The bravery of that 28-year-old man amazes me. I can understand somebody my age, or somebody in their 60s saying, "Yeah, I'll go do it. I'll save these young men." But this was one of the young men. There was a lot of older men that didn't volunteer, but he took it upon himself because it was his duty, and it was the men that he worked with that he was trying to save. He gave his life for those men. It's a sobering thought. They eventually did put the fire out later that day. 17 men lost their lives. All right, right here in front of us is Big Bill Murphy.
Wow. The hero.
Yes, this is the town hero. William F. Murphy, age 28, Belmont mine fire, died while saving others, February 23rd, 1911. William Big Bill Murphy. Big Bill is Tonopah's local hero due to his courageous actions during the Belmont mine fire. On February 23rd, 1911, 17 miners were killed, Bill included, when workings at the 1,100-foot level of the Belmont mine caught fire. That's 1,100 feet down. That's 110 stories below ground. Bill went down in the mine cage a number of times to rescue stricken miners. On his last trip, from which he never returned, Big Bill said, "Well, boys, I have made 2 trips and I'm nearly all in, but I will try again." A statue honoring Big Bill can be found in front of the post office on Main Street. There is also a mural depicting the funeral procession which took place during a blizzard. Rest in peace, Bill. Here's the famous statue of Bill Murphy carrying a miner to his safety. They've got a real miner's cage behind him from one of the mines. I wonder if that could possibly be the actual cage that he used to save the miners. Wow, interesting. Very nice. And then right across the street, across the alleyway, they have this awesome mural showing a head frame here of the Belmont mine. And there's Bill Murphy carrying a miner to his safety. And then if you start coming down this way, during Bill Murphy's ceremony, during his funeral, it was snowing that day. And this is the procession, the funeral procession for William F. Murphy, age 28, Belmont mine fire, died while saving others, February 23rd, 1911, Big Bill. That's really a nice mural. It really is. Since we were just over at the Tonopah Cemetery and saw Big Bill's gravesite, thought we'd stop by here and show you how the town honored him.
Okay.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video that we did on Big Bill Murphy, the hero. If you did, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications. Please share these videos, and until next time.
Thanks guys for watching.